Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm Vanguard and today we'll be going through the 10 things you need to know about Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. This is an upcoming anticipated JRPG that will be the second entry in the series after Wrath of the White Witch, a fantastic and well regarded game that received critical acclaim upon release. Now it's finally back after over 5 years and it's looking as promising as ever, but without further ado, let's get right into it. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom is an upcoming open-world third-person role-playing game in development by Level 5 and to be published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The incredible Joe Hisaishi, who is famously involved in multiple Studio Ghibli soundtracks, will make a return in composing the game's music. This time around, Studio Ghibli isn't involved in the visual production, which was a strong appeal of the original title. However, fortunately it looks as beautiful as ever. The story focuses on the ruler of Ding Dong Dell, a young king named King Evan, who, after being dethroned suddenly from his castle in a coup by the Mouse tribe, sets out to reclaim his kingdom, with the help of Roland, a visitor from another world which we can assume is our real world, and Tani, a pirate woman. The game also focuses on creating and managing a new kingdom elsewhere, so it will be really interesting to see how they combine these two objectives together. The game is set hundreds of years after the original game, Ni no Kuni The Wrath of the White Witch. However, Bandai Namco PR manager Nick O'Leary was asked in an interview regarding the relation of the two separate games. He said the game will be a separate world from the world of the first title. Furthermore, he also says, it has similar elements. There's Ding Dong Dell, there's places that will look familiar thematically to places you visited in Ni no Kuni, but it's a completely different world. You'll see similar things stylistically. You have another helper who is called Lofty, who is similar to Drippy's role in the first game. Finally, when questioned if there would be any relation to the past characters, he simply replied with, no, there will not be. This time around it's about brand new characters. It is interesting to hear how vague Level 5 have been on the connection of the first and second game, but it will certainly be interesting to see the references this new entry will make. That being said, do you need to play the first game to understand the new story? Well, CEO of Level 5 and director of Ni no Kuni, Akihiro Hino, was asked this question. He said this is a completely different story. Even those who have not played the original will enjoy immersing themselves into this game. That being said, there are Easter eggs that players familiar with the original will notice, and they might enjoy the game on a different level than those that have not played the original, but either way you'll still enjoy the game all the same. So no, you don't need to play the first entry. The protagonist of the game will be King Evan Pettiwhisker Tildrum. He is a prince from the Cat tribe who became a king after the death of his father. From what we know, he plans to reclaim his lost kingdom, and a new one of his own after being dethroned. Roland is another important main character who appears shortly after starting the game, but interestingly he is teleported from what seems to be our world into Ding Dong Dell. He is a knowledgeable president of a country, 48 years old, but transforms into a 20-year-old upon entering Ni no Kuni. Finally we have Tani, a sky pirate whose father is the leader of all sky pirates. Ni no Kuni 2 is a role-playing game played in a third-person perspective. Players complete quests, linear scenarios with set objectives to progress through the story. Outside of quests, players can freely roam the open world, where they can explore towns, villages, dungeons, and other dangerous places scattered throughout the world. Upon leaving a specific location, players can enter a world map, which can be used to select a destination where the main characters take a chibi-like form. Battles in the game takes place in an open battlefield, allowing players to freely roam around the area. During battles, players command a single human ally. All characters are manually moved around on the field. To fight enemies, players use real-time melee attacks, magical abilities, and higgledies. Higgledies are spirit of hearts which exist in several forms, and they may represent a specific element. Players can also utilize higgledies to reach far areas, to reach or explore dungeons to use their magical powers in combat, like healing, fire, and etc. So there are, if you haven't already noticed, huge major changes that are coming to this title, but these adjustments I feel are very much welcome. The first I'd like to mention is more of a mature tone in the storyline. According to the director, he said that there's a lot of changes, but I think the biggest one is the shift in perspective. In the first game, a lot of the perspective was from the point of view of a child, whereas now we are looking at it from more of an adult perspective. This will be more of a coming-age story, where our protagonist is a young adult who lacks guidance and purpose. Through the experiences of the game, we see him grow as a person. Another big change is the combat system, where it was once a merged turn-based and action type of gameplay, to now where we have something much more closer to real-time action. Additionally, familiars will be replaced by higgledies. From what we've seen, the gameplay will be much faster. Finally, there'll be building kingdom mechanics in the game, which we barely really know about as of right now. The stunning visuals of the game we can tell have a strong influence from Studio Ghibli, even though they aren't working on this project. It looks as beautiful as ever and it runs very nicely on all platforms. On the base PlayStation 4, it will run at a fixed 60 frames per second, which is actually really awesome to hear. It will also have PS4 Pro compatibility benefits, like 60 frames per second, but that's about all we know as of right now. We can assume it will likely have resolution upgrade and greater detail. For PC, it's a mystery, however let's hope it will be a quality port. The game was announced during the PlayStation Experience event of December 2015. Level 5 has said that the sequel will better fulfill the ambitions of the original game, with deeper stories and improved visuals. Unfortunately, it has been delayed twice at this point, originally set to release in 2017. However, it is set to increase the experience for the players. Already, it has received 3 nominations and won 2 awards before release. Finally, we have the release of Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, scheduled to be released on Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 4 on March 23, 2018. There will be multiple editions such as Pre-Order Edition, Prince, Kings, and Limited Collector's Edition with a lot of different bonuses in each version as you can see. That about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. This is one of my personal most excited games for this year, and I'm really ready to go on a new JRPG adventure. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.